and moved over to the seafloor. So now we're just getting pulled by our ship, and it's been a good day so far.
Yeah, it's been a great day so far. Really nice to see those steady stream of bubbles right at the very end there, and as sometimes happens with these kinds of endeavors, you lose position and you have to deal with mechanical problems. So we're hopefully, it looks like the ship has slowed down a little bit, although we've moved a long ways away from where we were.
You're hitting.
So disable auto hitting?
Yes. Are we going shallow or deep? Deeper?
Yeah.
No worries.
We're being pulled deeper. Sure.
Okay.
All right, I see you in my...
We just watch our altitudes.
And Carolyn, are you still on the line?
Pulling us towards the second waypoint.
Yes.
Do you want to answer that question for everybody that that Dr. Carney put on the IM?
Started about here.
Yeah, just answer it for. Okay. Sorry, I was getting feedback because of the speakers. Yeah, I just answered it for Bob there. So it's fine to have gas bubbles emitted to the seafloor because at that point you've got more gas, say, in the sediments beneath the seafloor than the pore waters can hold. So gas bubbles being emitted to the seafloor is not too big a surprise. As gas bubbles rise through the water column, the methane gets replaced by oxygen and other gases. The methane diffuses out, dissolves in the water, where it's available for water column oxidation processes and other things. And the bubbles, when they reach some depth in the ocean, no longer contain methane, usually. Bubbles can get armored by hydrate in the water column at these depths. We have not observed that here. It has been observed over the Hockett Mosby mud volcano and anecdotally other places, but we're not seeing that here. But in a lot of cases, the bubbles won't make it very far. They won't even have time to have this gas replacement happen. The bubbles will just dissolve in the water because, as Bob is hinting, the water is extremely undersaturated in methane. So it's not very thermodynamically or chemically favorable for the bubbles to persist for very long.
So, Tony, what you see here is that even though things have come unraveled
Thanks,
on the
Carolyn,
surface,
for that.
we have time to react to it. But obviously recognizing that the ship is taken off is important.
Yes. Go ahead, Bridge. Okay. Okay, copy that. Thank you. Okay, pilots, Bridge said that they're going to call back as soon as they have full auto position enabled.
Okay.
Their DP is back online.
All right. Must be windy up there. What do we know? I can't read it from here, but it's not much, is it?
2 knots of wind.
Yeah.
We are pretty close to the Gulf Stream, so we might have caught an eddy.
Yeah, because they really took off there.
Yeah.
It's quite a bit of sediment coming off the ROV.
Yeah, the new skid setup is, we have is that a 1/2 inch mesh?
Go ahead, Bridge.
Yeah, about a 1/2 inch, 3/8. I think it's probably 3/8.
Okay, thank you. Pilots, the rotation center has just been changed to midship.
That's fine. They can do whatever they need to do to get comfortable again, and we'll be fine.
Hey, Nav, can you zoom out on high pack for a second?
Sure.
If we keep drifting, let's see what's heading our way. so there is another ridge eventually.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead, Bridge. Okay, no problem. The bridge just told me they're coming back out of DP, pilots.
Okay. Obviously something came loose. So I've got 2 targets here, Josh, that I dropped for the... Well, actually, that was the old mussel bed. And then this was where we
Well, we
left
can put a target right there before we lose that trail. Here.
Okay. Yeah, I've had bottom lock this whole time, so should be able to get back there. Yeah, that would be it right there.
All right, just to give you an update, shoreside, we're still dealing with the ship trying to regain its dynamic positioning system. As soon as we are able to, we will figure out where this movement takes us to and start worrying about how to set us up to get back to where we were or to a potential new Seep target.
the compass on Sirius?
No, that is the backup compass on the ROV.
Oh, it's ROV. Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
which we leave turned off because
Yeah.
that and the gyro get into an argument. Or I should say it reduces the precision of our solution.
Okay.
Go ahead, Bridge. Thank you. Pilots, the bridge is back in auto position.
Okay.
Should we head back towards our active bubble seep or any other?
I think
location?
I think go with science for that, but I'm pretty sure they want to go back there.
Go ahead, Bridge.
Okay.
Okay, let me relay that to the pilots. Thank you. Pilots, the bridge is going to do a heading change to 060.
Understood.
Around the midship.
That's fine.
Go ahead, Science. Sure. So my cursor is on the active bubble vent that we found.
Video to dry lab just to let you guys know. In a couple minutes, we'll have Art come back and do some clipping. And Brendan, if you have time, we'll have you come in and do some shooting with Roland.
Yes, it looks
I'll
like
be in
our
a few
current
minutes
distance
to let you guys know.
is
Okay.
380 meters to the active bubble vent. We could pick up the pace on our way there and slow down as we approach it. Say we go, let's see, 1 knot.
VDEO if you wanted to talk back. But you're fine.
Should take us roughly, if we slow down towards the end, probably 15 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, that is correct. Okay. 10 to 15 minutes. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, Tony, I mean, we took off at 2 or 3 knots.
Yeah.
I don't know how fast the DP system
Science, go ahead.
Yeah.
But we can go that fast.
Okay.
In a towed configuration.
Yeah.
Stand by.
How much time would we need for the
Shoreside science. Ship is under control. We've got DP back. I've got the high pack streaming to you. So basically the nav map streaming to you on channel 2, and well, it's already up. So what you can see is the position of the ship and the position of Sirius as the red point. You can also see at the bottom of the screen there is a triangular target. That is where we were just working at with the active bubble vents. You can also see the second new Seep target above, just to the east of our current position. If we make a ship move of at 1 knot speed, slowing down to 0.2 knots, it'll take us about 15 to 20 minutes to get
Or just
back
so fast
to
we
that
might wanna
active
pull up.
area of bubble venting that we were just at. Alternatively, we could make a
I don't
ship
know.
move
Certainly
at a
approaching
similar rate of
shallow.
speed
Yeah.
and get us
You might
to
want to
the
pull up a
new
little
Seep
bit.
2
You just need to remember
target, which
what
was where
wire
we
out.
also
We've got
saw bubbles
1392 wire
according
out.
to
You know, the interesting
the
thing is
C-beam
you've got
mapping that we did last
1392
night.
indicated
That'll take
the
about
wire,
10 to 12 minutes
and you've
at
got
a relatively fast rate of speed, slowing down as we get to
1392
the target.
indicated
I'm going to
depth,
suggest
so
that we
you
go to
know
New
the
Seep
difference.
2.
I mean,
Carolyn
we
says she's
should
pretty
probably do
good
the
on that
trigonometry
area,
and determine
and
that we really haven't
she
come
doesn't need
up
to go
that
back.
much at
So
all.
I think we should continue
Yeah,
exploration.
if we're
What do you
Okay.
think, Brendan?
1,300
That's
meters down,
that was my first thought, but wanted to open it up
that's
for
really big.
discussion
How
before we
many
make that
meters
move.
total
And the rest of
displacement?
the shipside
Science is
shore?
video. You still have my mic latched open. Would you
Deal
mind
with
just
there.
clicking that off for
Serials
me, please?
traveled
Sorry.
Sorry, video.
281.
Thank you.
200 meters, yeah. So,
So,
out of 1,300,
yeah, so additional input, concerns, comments from
it's not
shore?
much.
I think heading off to the new target sounds like a
Go
good
ahead,
plan.
survey one.
Okay, thanks, Amanda.
Duke concurs.
Thank you, Bernie.
Okay.
Okay. I will confirm with Nav and we will start moving to the new Seep 2 target. Thanks.
Okay. Okay. All right. Thanks, Brian. Go ahead, science.
Yeah, again, we're
Getting
about
high.
level. Yeah.
We've talked about it on the shore side, and we would like to set up for a move to the new Seep 2 target.
Okay.
So you can make whatever ship moves you feel are appropriate relative to speed.
Chunks coming off.
New settlement, down slope from that target.
Wow.
Perfect.
We'll work our way up slope to your preferred configuration.
Okay. Copy that. Yeah, that sounds good. All right. Thanks.
Okay, we're getting back into position. Today is the 12th of July, 2013. Local time is 13:44. And we're moving over towards
That was that
another
gumbo that I started
Seep
to slide
area
in.
that we detected with the multi-beam mapping. We were just at a very active field. We had a lot of bacterial mats, live mussels. We saw active methane gas coming from the seafloor, as well as methane
Pilots,
gas
this is
hydrates.
Nav.
So
Our science team would like
we
to
are now
continue on
continuing to
to
move to a
our
new
second
area
Seep
for
site, new
further
Seep 2.
exploration
Okay.
in this
It
region.
looks like it's about the same depth along that same contour line as our previous Seep.
Copy that. Yep,
I'm going to go ahead and patch that through to the bridge if that's okay with you.
that's fine.
And we mentioned earlier, but I think it's another good time to say happy
Bridge, this is Nav.
birthday, Mimi Lobecker. Mimi was the one
we
who
figured out where
helped
we'd
with
like
the
to go
mapping
next.
last night and
That's at
plotting
a
this morning
heading
and
of
finding us waypoints for these
102.
new seep areas that we're discovering.
With that,
We
are you guys ready for a move? Or
very
do
much
you need more
appreciate
time?
that hard work.
Okay. Yeah, I was just wanted to give you the heads up, the direction we're planning to head. All right. Yes, that is correct. Let's go a little quicker to get there. So we'll travel 2270, and once we reach there, if you could contact me, and we'll set up another ship move at a slower speed. So
Thanks for
perhaps
my
we could
birthday
go at
wishes.
2 knots.
You're welcome. Does that mean we get cake tonight?
Bearing 102. Sorry.
I hope so. Cake and ice cream.
270.
Yeah, they let me pick the cake for all of July. I hope you
Alright,
guys
thank
like it.
Oh, nice.
All right.
Okay, pilots. I put in the move to the bridge, and in a few minutes they're going to call back down when they're ready to execute that.
Sounds good.
What's the depth at Seep 2? Should be about the same as Seep 1, but
At Seep 2,
nothing indicated. We'd have to get that from the multi-beam.
Okay.
But what was our contour interval? What was that? 20 meters? Yeah.
10 meters.
No, we don't have anything for that
Yeah,
yet.
10 meter per contour.
Yeah.
It's Seep 2 is a little shallower. The move I set us up for is to 270 meters, so it's about 20 meters before Seep 2. It'll be a little deeper, about one contour line deeper than our previous vent.
Okay.
Yeah, you the bottom lock at 50 meters.
Yeah, so we've slowed down. So we did.
So
I was at 60 off, and now I'm at 50 off. So well, I did push down. I pushed down. I'm set up a delta of about 12 to 15. I've put myself in auto depth, and I got a little thrust on to keep me pushed out.
Go ahead, Science.
Well,
Sounds
that was
fine.
fun.
it's exciting.
Not a problem, Science.
We did find the bubbles, though.
Yes.
That's the important part.
Go ahead, Bridge. Okay, copy that.
Sonar keeps dying.
Okay, thank you.
Hey,
Pilots,
Jeff.
this is Nav. The bridge is going to bring the ship around to a heading of 090 and then continue on with our move.
Understood. No problem.
All right.
So theoretically, when she gets underway, you're going to take off. I'm pushing out. You should just swing around to the north of me and I'll be happy.
Copy that.
I may have to lateral as well as push out just to make sure things. If I see you coming at me faster than I can get away.
What the hell much?
Go ahead, Bridge.
Oh.
Okay, thank you. Hey pilots, the bridge is about to commence the ship move.
Understood.
I'll repeat that for you. 270 meters at a bearing of 102 degrees and at 2 knots.
Understood.
Should bring us in about 20 meters from our intended target.
Okay, and then
Copy dry lab, thank you.
Correct that, actually about 35 to 40 meters from our target.
that's fine because we'll want to be
Survey 2, you caught up on clipping?
adding a reduced speed move beyond that. So can almost, when the time gets near, let them know that we want to coast on beyond. And
Brendan,
end
why don't
up
you come on
at,
in here and get you situated? Thank you.
Go ahead, Bridge. Okay, copy that. They're going to make the transit at 1 knot instead.
Okay. That's fine too.
I wonder how much these operations influence the bottom environments. You know, just having something that's pushing water around.
Basically, you just run
Well,
even if we don't, you know, landside, whatever, but even if just kicking up a little bit of sediment, if that has any impact on the life.
I'm sure it does.
Yeah, especially that deep because there's not much water motion.
Well, I wonder what happens when there's a burp. I mean, these bubble rates rise and fall. These depressions we see, these pock marks, I wonder if those are the remains of a very abrupt outgassing.
Which would have all kinds of impacts, releasing all that methane into the atmosphere and pulling water up with it, which pulls nutrients up. So, oh.
Hey, Brendan. Video. Video, do you copy?
I copy.
Can we get a nav screen back on stream 3?
Let me see what I can do.
Nav, do we have an ETA to the new Seep 2 location?
Yeah, we have an ETA of about 12 minutes.
Roger. So we're about 12 minutes from new Seep 2 location.
Howdy, pilot. Yeah,
EX1304L1.
that is good.
Hi, Santiago. Hi,
The
Hui. Go ahead.
ship's moving at 1 knot currently,
And we were wondering if you could
so we're trying to
put
clip
back
back towards this.
sort of the
I
quad
don't think
view
we're
in
not going back down to this active
stream
bubble vent
3, I think,
currently.
so we
We're gonna
can
come
get a
within
sense of how deep we are.
40 meters or so
I guess
of
what I
this
was
seep.
wondering is if we're right now descending or we're
And
just floating in the water column
plan
or
is, I
going
think,
up.
to once we start
Yeah, we're
getting
still
close
kind of,
to
we're just
slow
kind of
down.
laterally moving. We've been about the
But
same
I think you're gonna be
depth
going
off the bottom,
downhill.
right?
So
Yeah, Santiago, we've been holding a relatively constant depth.
It's uphill to the right.
And we've been
I don't
about
see a marking.
50 meters or 52 meters off the
It will
bottom
become apparent.
since we sort of started this move.
Well, I haven't got oh, there's the
And
purple.
are you
Yeah.
requesting
Okay,
the
thank
quad,
you.
the quad view in stream 3?
Changed the wire out on the winch.
I was
since
just
they
thinking
left
that has
side.
sort of
That
more
was what was
information
told
about
to me.
depth and
And
all of the vehicles.
where we're headed now
But
is
the high pack
roughly
view
in a
right now is
contour
also
with where they
useful.
were.
It gives,
So
give us a reference of where we are.
we should be okay, at least manageable.
Right.
So does the ship have a distance that's been reported to them, Jeff, or are they just chugging along till you call up and say time to slow down?
They were given a distance of 270 meters, so I imagine from this squiggle. But I was told within 40 meters of this spot, so about there, I think is their plan to slow down.
Okay. Sounds good.
We'll see. If it starts getting close and scary, we'll slow it down sooner.
Yeah, no worries.
Video, can we get the quad view on stream 3, but if the high pack is in the quad view, that would be helpful.
And you look like you have started moving through the water. And I'm coming around.
I'm not sure if tracking is on.
My
I'm
head
pretty sure
coming
you're
to
not.
the right.
Yeah, I'm swinging to point in the direction that we're moving.
Yeah, ship's catching up with us here.
But the tether's gonna drag me back. Oh, auto head's off.
Leave it off.
Leave it off?
Yeah, we're just gonna let ourselves get towed here.
Okay.
It'll all stabilize in a second. As you're taking off here, you're pulling my head around. And I'm gonna line up with the ship's move.
Oh, so you're not trying to drive with it. You're just gonna, okay.
No, in fact, I'm gonna take my forward way off here.
I thought you were driving.
No, I've got auto depth on here. You know what our off bottom time is today, Nev?
me see if we've got something written down. Otherwise, I'll have to calculate it. Just settling in.
Yeah, no worries.
I heard science say earlier that it was 3:30, but
yeah, at 50 meters at 4:30. So yeah, 3:30 is probably a good time to come up because we're gonna be what, around 1,400 meters?
Sure. Yeah, about that. So, okay.
I'll throw it in here real quick and make double sure.
Well, I was thinking, Jeff, we should try to get you over into the seat today.
That'd be nice.
What do you need to know? What do you feel like you need to know prior to that?
Well, on the assumption that you've got things like Z-bias dialed in, it's really just about driving.
Yeah. That one's weird today. Z-bias is 0. And
Why?
I didn't have any arguments with that.
Why would the vehicle be
heavy?
Heavier.
I don't know. But that's quite heavy. I cannot provide an explanation for that phenomenon. Unless there's a current coming down the hill? I don't know. I got nothing.
Looks like you're getting some sand off your skids.
Yeah. Happy about that.
Sediment off your skids.
It's a cleaning.
All right. Let's see. We're getting kind of close here. Guess we
got a lot of catching up to do.
A few more. Yeah, you guys got a good amount of catching up to do.
So yeah, things to know. The heading response is very snappy.
Okay.
It takes a lot of effort to get moving vertically. Once you are moving vertically, it's not easy to stop it. So small movements and patience, or impulses, are more effective than sustained large commands. Probably hit the ground at some point. I did early on. What else is there? This slope has been particularly easy to stir up, so I've been trying not to provide large up commands.
Okay.
For fear of...
Can you see your camera tilt anywhere?
Yeah, it's this tiny little number here. Rotator minus 37.
Oh, okay. Not tilt, because that's part of the pan and tilt for...
Yes, there's pan, tilt, and rotate.
So the time is 14:05. We had just gotten ship loss DP, or dynamic positioning, and we're now making our way back to our new Seep 2 site.
Right.
We're getting fairly close. And we'll go back down to the bottom. We're about 50 meters off bottom right now. Local time is 14:05, and today's the 12th of July.
Need a minute to wrap your head around what's going on.
That's the 4th button?
This button.
Okay.
Yep. There's auto XY, auto altitude, auto depth, auto heading. So if you want to try to do a pretty picture via the computer, auto heading, auto depth, auto XY ought to keep you in the exact location that you're currently in. It'll wander a little bit. Dave was telling me when he did that experiment earlier that small impulse changes in the heading set point work better than larger step changes.
Okay.
That's about it. I think, sorry, with you, I'll handle the reacquisition in a couple of minutes of flying. And when things are under control and seem happy, we can flip-flop. Yep. Copy that. Yeah, why don't we hold off on that until we've caught up. Okay. Cool. So yeah, if you can keep an eye on Sirius and let us know when you think it's reached a resting point. We'll try to establish with the bottom and we'll go from there. Looks like it's doing pretty well, actually. Well, it's just like first watch of the day. We have to find the bottom, and then we can go look at cool stuff.
Shoreside, just a quick update. The ship has finished making its move, and D2 and Sirius are still in tow behind and working to reacquire the bottom. They're about 100 meters away from our sort of starting target, so it'll be a few more minutes before we get everything situated and seeing the bottom.
Thanks for the update.
Yeah, let's confirm that.
Go ahead, Science. Nav? Yes. Yeah, our off-bottom time is 3:30. You're welcome.
Doesn't seem like you guys are moving all that quickly, does it?
It's bound to slow down. Water's good at that. No, not great swiftness, but the tether's still coming taut. Keeping an eye on that.
Yeah.
How far Sirius from the stern?
80 meters.
Yeah. Okay. So no, not real swiftly, but we give it 5 minutes, let it settle out.
Yeah. At least.
So I just read a very interesting article that has to do with the little piece that I took out of it has to do with drag in water.
Yeah.
They developed an an underway CTD cast device. And what it is a CTD with a spool on it, and you preload the spool with enough line for whatever depth you want to cast to. And then when you launch, the CTD just starts to drop and spool out line. And at the same time, you have a spool on the back of the ship that starts to spool out at the speed that the ship's going. Okay,
yeah.
So wherever you drop the CTD is essentially a fixed point now, and the CTD is dropping straight down, and the ship is moving forward, and you're spooling out in both directions. When the CTD reaches the bottom, or the end of its line, you set the brake on the ship to stop your spooling out, and you begin recovery. The CTD rises following the line all the way up until about 50 meters when it starts to get dragged sideways.
Really?
Yeah.
There's that much
Yes,
drag.
there's that much drag from the line itself that the ship moving forward, pulling the line, pulls the line as if it were in a conduit and pulls the CTD almost straight up.
I could see how that could be the path of least resistance.
Isn't that interesting?
But I wouldn't have guessed it.
Yeah.
But that probably has a lot to do with the shape of that CTD they're using.
I'm sure it has, and the weight of it and things like that.
Like
but
if your CTD was shaped like a wing, it would probably
it might be
slice
something else,
easier.
Yeah, I think it's sort of shaped like it's a long tube, and I think it did have like fins on it. But yeah, I was surprised.
Very interesting.
I thought it would start to get dragged sideways, but it follows the line.
That's cool.
Yeah. They developed it so that ships underway can do CTD sampling without interrupting, like for a non-research vessel.
Yeah, you could do a cast off of anything.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
Yeah. Are we there yet, Jeff?
I was just looking. But we have only made up 30 meters. We're at 50 now.
Well, that's not bad in 3 minutes.
Yeah. I can see you're starting to get looser there.
Yeah.
On the umbilical.
Yeah, at some point in the not too distant future here, it's going to be time for me to drive out and under and get in front of this.
So also the heave has something to do with that, huh? It's pulling taut at points, but other times. So
Tom, do you want Sirius to find the bottom first and then you maneuver? Or are you going to maneuver in mid-water?
Hadn't quite thought that far. I'm actually pulling. Yeah, I just pulled your head back around because I wanted to see where we were. Well, I'm not sure it makes sense for you to go down here, Jeff, if you're still swinging into the hillside.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think it's not very steep, and it's not like a rocky. It's not like we're flying into a wall.
Around the axis
of
the
so we can
A-frame,
probably
right?
start coming down together.
Do you want to do that?
Sure.
All right. You're showing an altitude of 50 meters.
Okay, and you're moving to what is that? 020? 120.
Maybe
Thank
60.
Yeah. Yeah, Sirius's altimeter has not been the most reliable of things today. Alright, I'm moving down.
Okay. Coming with you.
Ship's making a little heading change, but it's about the A-frame, so it shouldn't really affect us.
Sounds good.
And you guys are getting close, aren't you? Well, when it seems like you guys are starting to slow down, and the ship's heading change looks like it's changed, then we'll think about swooping in on Seep 2.
Yeah. Yeah, things steady out here will probably be just beyond our ability to get there, so we can explore up the wall and find something cool.
Cross our fingers.
Oh, it's always cool.
Okay, I just got an altitude of 45.
I see. There's treasure everywhere, Jeff.
So your sonar is saying less than 40. Is that not very reliable?
That looks more like noise to me.
Okay, we're at a
Right
depth
out
of
there.
1430. Our local time is 1417.
consistent.
Today is the 12th of July.
Yeah,
we
you
are
should
beginning
start to
our
see a
descent back
more
down
solid
to the
ring, I
bottom.
would think.
We're getting into position over our new Seep 2 site, and again, this was detected during last night's mapping operations.
20
we
meters.
detected water column anomalies. So we're going to go ground truth this area, see if we find any chemosynthetic communities or active
I just realized I haven't had
methane
you
bubbling
latch,
from
but
the
you must be
seafloor.
permanently listening to
And
me.
we are currently
I
off
put
the
you on 'cause I
northeastern
couldn't
U.S.
hear you.
coast along the continental
15.
slope.
I don't always have nav on because sometimes you have conversations I don't need to have going on in my head.
Yeah. Well, I try to unlatch you when I talk to the bridge, but
I appreciate that thoughtfulness.
forgot to bring you back when I was done.
No worries. No worries at all. This is a point when it's good to have everybody in the front row on the same page.
Okay, you and I are both getting sonar returns now.
Yeah, I think I got visual.
I'm 30 off the bottom.
I got visual.
Okay.
So I think what I'm going to do here, Jeff, is turn around and drive under and in front of you.
Okay.
And we're back on the
Sound
bottom.
good to you?
Sounds real good.
With red crab, we're over
I'm
soft
gonna hold
sediment.
here. I've got the bottom
Time
as well.
is 14:18 and our depth is 14:55, and we'll update a lat long here.
It's an urchin.
We have a red sea urchin again, a few red crabs, and
Seeing
some
things already.
shell fragments. Cutthroat eel moving over soft sediment. And coming up on a white
Oh, look at that.
bacterial
That's
mat,
the
some
hillside.
stained sediment.
That didn't require much searching.
Bacterial staining there.
And we're just getting situated here. Getting our camera in position.
Ceros has got like a shadow behind that hit, doesn't it? Or is that just...
And you're starting to come in.
That's the hill.
And we're only about
Looks steep.
Yeah.
3
it
meters
is.
off the bottom.
That's the way it showed up last time too. Oh, there's the bottom.
There you are.
Little bright, we'll fix that.
Beautiful.
It's looking good.
I'd say that went pretty well.
Very well. I'm going to keep pushing out in front.
Okay.
We have several dead mussel shells, maybe some dead clam shells as well.
You coming up with me, Jeff?
Yep.
We're rising pretty sharply here.
And we're going up a slope. We're at 1445 meters. I'm picking up more fragmented bivalve shells.
Yeah, it kind of looks like Sirius has stopped moving there.
We have a red crab, 2 in view.
Yeah, it's been, well... Yeah, it's...
Can you get a quick zoom on the fish?
It's moved 10 meters since the last time I checked, but it's pretty much stopped.
Sure, watch lead.
And ready whenever you are.
Let me get in a little closer to him.
Sounds good.
We're off in the boondocks here. All right, go for zoom.
Copy that.
I believe this is the same species we've seen earlier. Dicroline, possibly. Put that in. Thanks, pilot. That's great.
And ready to zoom out.
Yeah, go for it.
And we're at full wide. Wasn't really zoomed in that much.
You did a lot of chasing on that one, huh?
Just a bit.
All right. Ceros, I think, is pretty...
See that dust off there, Jeff?
Yeah.
It's
That's
really
just
we
from a
have
little bit
a
of vertical.
flounder,
Really
maybe
easy
a witch
today.
flounder. And it looks like we have a can of Coke on the bottom of the seafloor as well. Can we get a quick zoom on the can and the flounder
So
as
do
well?
we want to think about
The can and the flounder?
starting a ship move slowly?
Let's establish ourselves here for a second.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Roger.
You can confer with science about what they want to do in the next 10, 20 minutes.
Okay. Do you want to go right to it there? Okay. Yeah, 95 meters. Yep. Maybe a little less. Probably closer to there. 80 meters.
So you can zoom here, video.
Okay.
Zooming in.
They
Sounds
might be
good.
able to pick out a species even though somebody mucked up the neighborhood.
Yes, we got it. It's a witch flounder.
Let's see if I can get any tighter.
Oh, that would be my camera.
That's great. Thanks, pilot.
You're welcome. All right, whenever you're ready, video.
Coming back out.
That was Coca-Cola.
And full wide.
Thank you. It is indeed Coca-Cola.
Is that a little jellyfish floating?
Yeah, I think it was.
That same individual?
Yeah.
All right, guys, standing by whenever you're ready.
All right, what's the plan, Nav?
We're just going to roll right into Seep 2 here. So if you want to get situated at 110, that's the direction we're going to start heading.
110, right.
Okay, my heading is 90 right now, so I'll come right a little bit.
Much appreciated.
We're moving 110 upslope towards our
It's
new
about
Seep 2 site.
Call it in.
110.
Bridge, this is Nav.
Another witch flounder. Several scattered dead
Bridge,
mussel
nav.
shells and maybe a few scattered dead clam shells as well.
I'd like to order a ship move, please. Can we please go 80 meters at a bearing of 110 degrees at 0.2 knots, please?
A few red crabs. Moving over silty soft sediment bottom. Scattered shell fragments. Local time is 14:26 and we're at a depth of 1436 meters.
This is a very steep slope.
And pilots, we're getting a little bit of a glare on the
Going
camera.
over
If
a
you could
fairly
adjust the
steep
lights a little
slope.
bit or the angle of the camera.
Copy that.
So that bearing's going to get us kind of going a little bit diagonally to the slope, just as a warning.
Copy that.
So we can come right in on that steep.
I have some curiosity here, Jeff. We have a glare that has not historically been with us. Oh, one of my upper light bars is turned the wrong way. Do you mind energizing the starboard one, looks like? I'm going to come down and reacquire the bottom, but
We're in the water column. The video's looking up.
you could turn the HPU on, Jeff.
HPU is running.
And starboard valve pack.
Alright. So you guys know it looks like the ship had a little
Can't see
trouble
that fish
fighting the
again.
current
just
or
saw a
something
little
because
while ago.
they've gone off on a little different heading. And they're not moving
Pilot, are
that
we
much
adjusting
now.
something?
Yeah, watch lead. We're trying to get rid of the glare you can see in the camera right now.
Okay, we're just
So
trying
is
to
that
get rid
coming
of the
from the
glare in the
upper?
camera.
I think if you take upper swing arm
Yep.
up, that might solve our problem.
Pilot, should we zoom in the Sirius camera to help?
Sure.
That I saw earlier. Just a little bit ago. We got close up of.
There we go.
Got it?
Yeah, does that look better, video?
Copy that. Yes, it does.
I've
Thank you.
never seen
All
that.
right, let's come wide on Sirius.
This went out what we saw earlier.
Coming wide.
Oh, that's their heading change.
And
I
we're
know
at
what
full
that
wide.
is. Okay.
Really long pelvics.
Thanks, Jeff.
Yep.
It's got like
Secure the
a
HPU.
tail. Okay.
HPU is off.
Thank you. All right, I'm going to start pushing up in front of you here.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know what it is, though.
All right,
Sorry, folks back home. We were adjusting our video, and I was reviewing the fish that we were just taking an image of earlier. Wasn't sure what that was. Hadn't seen it before. Right now we have a cutthroat eel.
All right, and we're back with you, Science.
Okay, and we're going to continue. Is it possible to pan left with the camera some?
Yep.
We get a better view of the seafloor. That's good. Out wide angle. Thanks. Yeah, that's good. I just don't want to have half the video to be dark space. Two red crabs, another cutthroat, or a holosaur. It was a holosaur.
We go
Have a
snap
burrow.
zoom here, video.
Copy that. Moving snap soon.
See who's home. That looks like part of a red crab, maybe.
And we are at full zoom.
Yeah, nice work, video. I know it's not easy from out here.
Oh, no worries. Yeah, it definitely looks like some kind of a crab. Pinchers in the front.
All right, let's come out.
Copy that. And full wide.
Copy that. Want to try for the little red jelly here?
Sure thing.
You can do a quick zoom, but yeah, let's keep on moving.
Alright, yeah, let's go.
Ah, well. It was worth a shot.
They're hard. Alright, yeah, up the slope we go. Sorry, Jeff, I'm coming back.
Time is 14:33. Depth is 14:28 meters. Headed up
Turn to
slope.
get ya.
Witch flounder. Mostly soft sediment, silty sediments. A couple red crabs. Some shell fragments.
There we go. All of the lights on
The
the
rich
RV
flounder
create
and a
some
cut-throat eel.
interesting
Did you see a rat
shadows.
tail? Mm.
Yeah, they do, don't they?
Compared to the two lights that we used to have.
Used to be a lot easier to figure out where something was based on the shadow it threw. Got some monofilament there on the seafloor.
Oh
Is
yeah.
that some, yeah, can we get a quick zoom on that?
Sure. Can you go in video?
Copy that.
Carbonate rubble? Shell fragments? You're looking at, appears to be a monofilament line.
Alright, let's come wide video.
Copy that. And full wide.
Copy that. There's something that looks like rubble.
Yeah, let's take a zoom in on that. We have a fly trap anemone.
Want to go in video?
Moving in.
It's plate-like. Those look like old clam shells as well.
Yeah, there's some old clam shells in there, mussel shells, and carbonate.
Can we pan down again to get the lasers on the anemone?
Yep.
That's great, thank you.
No problem. All right, can we come wide video?
Copy that. Coming wide.
Thank you. How are we looking there, Nav?
Pretty good. Probably have 10 or 15 meters left in this move, and Cirrus has got a ways to swing now to catch up.
Yeah, long cable makes that happen.
So it'll probably swing another 30 meters before you're actually right over the site.
Some more of the darker patchiness of the bacterial mats, and then white or, well,
Yeah, can we get a quick zoom on that sediment?
Sure can.
more of the white bacterial mats. Cutthroat eel, redfish, red
Can you
crab.
zoom in a little video?
Copy that.
Is that a gastropod?
Yeah, it looks like a gastropod in the middle there.
And a close up in that burrow as well with
Push it a little more. There we go. Camera chooses odd moments to do that. There we go.
And I think I might have a little bit more. Okay, we're at full zoom.
Excellent.
Carolyn, are you on the line?
Yeah.
Is this of interest?
All right, let's come out video.
Or is this just bacteria?
And coming out.
Can you zoom in a bit more?
Oh, can we please zoom in again?
Yeah, hang on.
Want me to keep going wide or?
Really annoyed at that camera.
You may not know the spot we're looking for, though.
All right, let's go in a little.
Go ahead, Bridge. Thank you.
A little bit more.
Okay. And we're at full zoom.
Ship move has
Copy
been
that.
completed. We're swinging in. Hopefully we find something nice or we can keep going.
Copy that.
I'm just about to overrun you.
Looks more bacterial,
Science,
All
Nav.
right, let's come out video.
but hard to say.
Yeah, okay.
So we're going to have to keep pushing up the hill to keep up here, Science.
Okay, thanks.
But I see lots of white staining up here in Sirius's view, so
Yeah.
it should be worth our while.
Watch lead, Nav.
Yeah, go ahead.
So we're coming in on that new Seep 2. And if we don't see anything, what's the next direction I should be thinking about going? Up to the other waypoint north of here?
We're gonna, let's give us a few minutes to settle in here and then take a look around at all this, all these bacterial mats, and then we'll make a decision about what to do next. Thanks.
Okay.
Our definitive, false leads, our definitive is that
Yeah, this was mapped by Mimi last night. She confirmed there's bubbles coming out of this. Yeah.
My camera's
Yeah.
straight down.
We have a
So
large bacterial mat here.
Co-pilot, you're coming right in on that waypoint.
Yeah.
Definitely. A few red
On
crabs.
Seep
Is that
2,
carbonate right there? Can we get a zoom in on that? Any of those? Is that a rock or is that just patch of mud?
I think it's a rock. Can we go quick zoom here, video?
Copy that.
Doesn't appear to be carbonate. Alright.
Maybe another, is it another drop stone?
It could be a rock that's bacteria covered, or
Yeah, it's very round. I mean, generally
Actually-
we see carbonate. It's has a lot of structure to it.
can you get a little bit more of a zoom on that bottom part of
Yeah.
the rock with your
Can we go back
ledge?
to that rock and look sort of under the ledge on that rock on the side of us? Down, yeah, down. I don't know how to
Yeah,
say.
pan down.
Yeah, I got you. Let's, yeah, pilot, let's zoom out and then, okay. So, Carolyn, down, right?
Yeah, you know what I want to do. I want to look under it a little bit if we can.
Under the rock that's
the
in the
ledge
middle.
part there.
Yeah.
Ah, well that's important. Alright, we got about 30 seconds.
Okay,
here.
so zoom in again, pilot, and look underneath
zoom in
the...
video.
Yeah.
Ship move's complete, and Cirrus is
Sorry, I'll
just about
just-
done swinging.
You're good.
The texture is very odd.
But Cirrus
These
is
mat
going
tech-
uphill,
these
so
alleged-
just
well,
keep
we
an
don't
eye
know
on
what
your
they are,
altitude.
obviously. If you remember at the end of the dive yesterday, we saw this strange texture as well. But this definitely looks mattish to me. Well, it's hard to say if there's anything under that rock or not from this angle.
Yeah, right. Okay, we can keep going.
Yeah.
Alright, zoom out video.
Zooming up.
Yeah. I don't think there's much we can do there. I guess I'm wondering if that's just a piece of ice, though. It looks like hydrate under a mud cover. See how clear it looks under there?
And it looked like there was an icicle or something that looked like an icicle hanging down from that ledge. That's why I was focusing on it. So
Yeah, so Brendan, what I'm thinking is the reason it may look different, though, is it looks like it's almost like a blob of ice with dirt on top of it, which is not an uncommon habit.
Oh, yeah, you sure
yeah,
do.
and that looks like yeah, that's what I was thinking, and it looks like we're seeing bubbles potentially going.
Maybe just a tiny bit backwards now.
Yeah, this side of us to the right. I don't know my right from left. I'm a
Yeah.
20-year-old.
Okay. If you get in trouble, let me
Yeah.
know.
Yep.
Pilot, you can see where we want to go, right, with the bubbles coming up and to the right of the image there, looking at the base of
They
that
were
sort of
in the light
outcrop.
pool just a moment ago.
Working on finding them here.
Brendan, if you get a chance, can you give us a lat long?
Yes, absolutely. Nav, can you also drop a digital target here, please?
Bubbles sighted, I just did.
Excellent. As usual, I'm not looking at my
There they
screen.
are. Got them. At least this is one source of them here. I think there's a little more off to the right.
And down.
Yeah, we can
and
pan
to the
right.
Huge field.
This is a pretty active seep right here in front of us. Can we go part way in video?
Copy that.
Oh, we have bubbles. Good eye.
The video is breaking up a bit, but yeah, if you can focus on it, that would be great. Yeah, I can see it.
Can we just pan down a little?
Yeah, working on it here, watch me. Trying not to hit the bottom.
This is about within 8 meters of where we had the target identified based upon the multi-beam mapping. So
That's definitely within resolution. That's good.
Yep.
So the really interesting question to me is whether this white stuff is matte or hydrate. because and obviously there's nothing we can do to distinguish that at this point. This is not dissimilar to the texture that Ballard was showing me yesterday. That was like a coating of hydrate on the seafloor in the Mediterranean.
Want to push in a little bit tighter here?
Will sub-bottom profiling help with that at all?
No, unfortunately, it won't. But I mean, the only thing is if someone gets out here with a vehicle that can disturb the bottom and see. Yeah, but I mean, this stuff here, at least to me, maybe you biologists could speak up, looks very icy, like a icy coating, as opposed to the other mats. But
more filamentous. No, you're right. The more of the bacterial mats we see are more filamentous. This seems more crystose.
Oh, this is great video. This is really nice. I think this is, see, it's kind of more amorphous. I think this is an icy coating. I think this is hydrate. Right, the seafloor, you see that bubble right there? This is awesome.
Oh, yeah, the bubbles right there coming out.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is hydrate.
Wow.
They're showing up really well on the Sirius video, too.
Good. So we don't see any organisms here, right? Oh, look at that bubble that's caught right there. That's really cool. Pan back over
here's
to the left,
another one.
The bubble kind of caught.
Nice catch, Tom.
Thank you.
Do we have somebody new just join on the call?
I agree with you, Carolyn. This looks a lot icier than...
Oh, that is awesome. Can we focus on that one spot for a second?
Hold on. Which one spot?
The right one going just out of the screen.
Pan right?
The one that was on the left, there was a bubble that was being emitted very slowly. Could we have the lasers on? Mimi just pointed out we're going to need the lasers at some point.
Okay, sure. So pan left, pilot, and then zoom in.
Okay, are we looking for one of the bubbles that's
I'm getting dizzy.
Stuck?
Yeah, kind of in the white patches. There's big bubbles
just
that were...
right up from your left laser.
Sure thing.
They're almost like freezing as they come out. They're kind of stuck. Oh my gosh, this white stuff in the water column. Now this could be very significant. That's coming away from this is very significant. So this may actually be hydrate forming in the water column. You see these white blebs coming off?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is very possible. We are well within the hydrate stability zone, and it's very possible that we're forming hydrate in the water column here as it comes off. In fact, the proposal we just submitted on Wednesday of this week is looking at the conditions under which that happens, because it doesn't typically happen even when you're within the hydrate stability zone.
And we are
That's really interesting.
Wow.
Copy that.
Okay, we still have a long ways to go, so don't waste all your time because I'm happy right now.
Okay.
So there are certainly biology things we need to do.
Okay.
So feel free to move on.
Okay, so yeah, pilots, we can zoom out and keep moving up. This is really great. This is 1417 meters depth, and local time is 14:51, and it looks like we're viewing hydrate coating the seafloor. And Carolyn was just describing that hydrate may be forming in the water column as well.
Copy that, coming live.
Well, we'll have to check the video for that, but that's what it might be, yeah.
Oh, geez, I'm way out here.
And we're at full wide.
And can we just kind of follow that patch towards the left?
To the left.
And up.
You just trying to find the extent of it here, watch lead?
Zoom out. Yeah. It's 200 meters away. You're trying to see is the other seat. It's 200 meters north of here.
It does make you wonder how much of this that we've been assuming is matte that we've been flying over is in fact matte.
Yep.
I wish there were a better way to distinguish.
little over half an hour, 35 minutes.
Having some of those zoomed in close-up images, it's even still difficult to tell sometimes, but it appears to me that more of the bacteria are more filamentous or fluffy, or we're seeing this like harder coating almost, or crusty coating.
Yes. I agree. This is pretty cool. I mean, you know, hydrated at the seafloor is not unexpected, but it's definitely pretty cool. We haven't found it like this before in the U.S. Atlantic margin. Oh, that's dead ringer for hydrate. I mean, oh, that is excellent. Tell them to hold it right there.
Hold the pilot, please.
For about 20 seconds.
20 seconds, if you can.
Oh. It's going to be hard to hold it. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Are we trying to
This
count
is great.
bubbles?
See, these bubbles have frozen as they've come up. Forming hydrate around bubbles is actually energetically the most favorable way to form it. It's very quick, usually. This is awesome.
It's exciting.
This is amazing.
And
I think Cindy will remember when we were in the Blake Ridge in 2001 and seeing the hydrate form around the bubble at the seafloor was definitely a eureka moment in my life. This is amazing.
This is great.
This is really amazing. Okay, you still have some waypoints to get though. Don't.
Okay, thanks, pilot.
Please,
Yeah, we can
don't let me slow you down.
move off, zoom out.
I guess we can come wide video.
Okay, coming wide.
Go ahead, Bridge.
Sure. Yeah, sure if you want to. Yeah. We're just gonna do some. There's been a request to do some special camera work, so we're gonna be viewing this just for a little while longer.
Video, can we do our special video thing to make those bubbles pop?
You talking to me, Ro?
Yes, pilot.
Could you come wide first so I can figure out where I am?
Go ahead, Rich.
Going wide.
Yeah.
Just
That might be why it was so hard.
We just want to do that
Co-pilot.
high-speed shutter.
You okay with the heading change on the ship?
Thing.
Is this going to mess you up on your fine-tuned stuff? Okay.
Make the bubbles
No, I
not
don't
smear.
think so.
All right,
Sure.
Rich. Sounds good.
Let's see what I can do here, Roland.
Go ahead. 140. Thank you.
So is this the biggest stream we've seen?
No, that was over. Just up here is a pretty active one. See him coming out of the mud?
I do. I see two streams. Those are the ones to the right.
Yeah, it depends if you want a white background or a brown background.
I think brown would be good.
Okay, I'm just gonna keep edging
Actually,
in
there's
on
a,
this.
there's a bunch straight ahead.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Just above my lasers.
We're just trying to do some video work. The videographers requested that.
All right, I'm getting pretty stable here, Roland.
Okay.
So do your magic thing. You want the lasers off?
Actually, let's leave the lasers on for a moment for the scientist.
Oh, really?
Okay.
I'm going to gain up. Going to go into shutters. Going in for crisp focus.
So the videographers are just playing with the shutter?
Cool. This is so cool.
If you could just tilt up a little bit.
Let me see if I can bring it up.
just within these little areas, I mean, we can see that some of these conduits are seeping at quite different rates than others. Some are just going boom, burp, 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 and some are just streaming bubbles out. So there's sort of a micro system here of conduits that have different supply rates and flow rates.
So if we can just sort of hold this for about a minute, minute and a half, I think that'd be.
And just to be clear, these are all probably contributing to this single methane plume that's imaged in the water column. Geophysics doesn't have the resolution in the water column to see distinct methane plumes from something spaced so closely.
Okay.
This is awesome.
Bob just put a note in the chat room that bubbles seem to be faster when they're emerging through mud rather than through the sort of frozen sediment, and I think that makes sense. The frozen sediment is sort of, it's like a low permeability cap in hydrology. You might call it an impermeable cap that's making it much more difficult for the bubbles to get out. We see very distinctive rates differences between sands and muds as well.
You actually see the reflection of the vehicle's lights in the bubbles.
It's cool.
If you just want to rock a little bit to the right.
I can try.
Sort of.
You can see all the bubbles going up into the vehicle from Sirius too.
Yeah, coming right up through the tray.
Nav, can you also give me a digital target right here, please?
Some silt pushing.
Yeah, sorry about that.
We're starting to get some.
Yeah,
pulling out.
Sediment.
I musked the hillside a little bit.
Right, science. I thought you guys would appreciate that type of shot, so we've got that in the bag. If there's anything else you guys want.
Oh, take a look at HD2.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's really cool.
Yep. We are recording HD2.
Pilot camp's pretty interesting too.
Yep. Maybe we can record a little bit while the vehicle's there of pilot cam. I'll put it into SDHD1. Yes. Pick a screen.
I guess maybe in lieu of the
Okay.
Copy that.
Okay, so we're good with videoing? Are we done?
Real quick, 1 second. Roland's going to stream the pilot cam off of the ship, and what you'll see there is a downward looking towards the tray, and you can see the bubbles rising directly up towards the camera, and so it's a really good shot of the sort of density of bubbles coming up in combination with the HT1 camera.
This is gorgeous video. Congratulations to these guys. They're doing a beautiful job.
Yes, they are doing an amazing job.
All right. So 1 more minute for video archiving, and then we can make the next move.
Now, do we know the direction of the next move?
Yeah, it's pretty much northeast from here.
Oh, roll.
Okay.
20 degrees, but I'll recheck it with we've moved around a little from here, so I'll recheck it.
Okay,
Yeah,
science. I think
I'm not
we've got
calling the
enough of
bridge
that
or
for
anything.
the
I just
archives.
wanted to be
So.
prepared when
Okay,
you're ready.
great. So yeah, we can zoom out, and then I think we should continue up along this white ridge here. Hydrate.
All cameras are wide.
As far as our tether will go.
You're muted, Tom.
So I'm looking northeast here, watch lead. Do you want to continue in this direction? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, Roger. And then just try to stay down close to the seafloor, and we'll keep the camera in one position unless we see something to quick zoom in on.
Right.
Don't think you're gonna get too far.
Not very far this way, no.
No.
But I can overfly this white
Definitely.
bed here.
Definitely.
If there's an extent that way and you want to ooch over, we can try to move the ship over a little.
Video, do you want to zoom in on Sirius a little bit here? Oh, it's great. Thank you.
There's a bubble stream.
I think let's just keep on. I don't, before we stop and zoom more bubbles, does anybody else out there want to get more bubble images, or should we start, exploring the area more? I'm kind of keen to say let's explore a little more.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I think it'd be interesting to see what else is around here.
Okay. We have a red crab.
Couple standing guard.
I know when I run out of tether here, Jeff.
Yep.
Don't think it's going to be much longer.
And I'm getting jerked up and down quite a bit too.
Is that a? Can we get a? Is that a fish up ahead?
Kind of looks like one.
Or is it the seafloor? Hard to tell.
Almost.
No. It's the seafloor.
And pilots, should I stay zoomed in with Sirius or zoomed wide?
Oh, that's fine. It's
The red crab.
Okay.
Unless I get jerked off of this heading, I'll just keep tracking him.
Whoop.
Copy that.
Starting to pull you around, Jeff.
I don't know if you're pulling me around or it's just the swells. It may be called mean sea level, but it sure is fluctuating around that average right now.
One thing to keep an eye on is if it's rocking as much as it used to, since we put all that lead on it.
It's not rocking as much.
Seems a lot more stable.
I thought that earlier today, but I didn't want to jump to an
3,
optimistic
5,
conclusion.
6, 7, 8 red crabs in the view right now.
We're at a depth of 14,
That
15
much is
meters.
Oh,
Local time is 15:06.
Coming up on another, or flying over another patch of,
Got a good excuse to try to pull it tight.
well,
Yep.
of
Antimora.
white bacterial mats.
And video, I'll need to be zoomed out now. You're starting to pull me around.
Copy that.
Following a line here of hydrate and bacterial mats.
And you're at full wide.
Or bacterial mats.
Did you say it was north to the next target now? Hey, look. I'm to the north. How about that?
Is our tether out? Are we done?
Yeah, that's all the tether we got, watch lead, but the line that we're following here is actually in the direction of the next Seep target.
Okay, let's start making
What
that
direction
move.
are you guys looking?
North.
Ooh, there's bubbles. In
Bubbles?
Bubbles? Looking north.
Looking north, so you can dial up the next move, it sounds like, Jeff.
So it's a little bit to the, northeast of here. We can head north and then kind of shoot over.
Well, give me a bearing.
20 degrees.
020?
020.
Well, this staining goes pretty much north.
So we're setting up to make a move.
Well, we can try
to continue to follow this line.
I mean, it's up to science if we want to try to follow one of these ridges and see if they like.
020 is.
Yeah, see, that's away from the staining.
There.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Science or watch lead, one of you guys? Okay. We'll stand by.
See how hard it can be to see bubbles even when they're right there in front of you?
Yeah. Oh, and just to note, unless we extend our time, we're not going to be able to do a 200-meter dash. Only got 20 minutes left till we want to be coming up off bottom. Okay. Yeah. Can you get lined up and face down that mat and tell me which direction we should be heading?
Alrighty.
Pretty much due north there.
Yeah, I make that north.
Pretty much.
Okay. All right.
All right, we're just a bit off the water column. We're all getting on the same page here. We do have only 20 minutes left in the dive, and we're at 1411 meters, and we want to explore more. We came northeast across along this
at 0 degrees
bacterial mat hydrate area, and we were just talking about exploring more. So we're just going to make a ship move to continue along this area, unless anybody has objections to that.
That sounds good.
How's it feel, Jeff?
Don't know yet.
All right, I just ordered in 40 meters at due north, so let's see what we can find.
Alrighty.
Serio's camera is really grainy, huh?
I think it's gained way up.
Yeah, I have to gain up pretty high.
Yeah, that's fine. Whatever you think best.
Starting to lose you there, so I popped it up.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes if the water gets a little murky.
Well, it's brightening up a bit. I can try bringing it back down.
You're the camera guru. All I need to do is be able to see.
Let's give this a shot. That looks a bit better.
Yeah, that's a nicer image. Well, you look like you got smooth down, Jeff.
Can we get a zoom on that white patch while we're sitting here?
The one to the left?
Roger.
Yep.
And whenever you're ready.
Video.
Zooming in.
Partial in on that. And go a little more.
And let me know if you want me to go full.
Stand by a minute. And go ahead.
Going full.
You can zoom out, pilot.
And full wide.
Some. We're looking for bubbling at all here. Oop.
And we're at full wide.
Thanks.
And then maybe pan down to the bottom one where the crab is while we're sitting here.
And just let me know if you'd like me to zoom.
Yep. Hold on a second.
Copy that.
Okay. Let's go in on that one.
Copy that.
Okay, just zoom out some. We're kind of just exploring the white areas for any active bubbling while we're sitting here.
Less crab, more white.
Okay.
Crabs bubble too, you know.
I'll just sort of scan around, then just hold that zoom.
Copy that.
Great idea, thank you.
Looking good, Jeff.
Thanks, Tom.
We're coming up slowly. But then so is the terrain. And I have started moving towards you.
All right. I'll start pushing ahead a little bit.
Okay, we're going to start pushing ahead.
And I'm still partially zoomed in. Shall I go full wide?
Let's just explore a little bit more of this dense patching here.
Sounds good.
Oh, look at the bubbles coming up in the tether cam.
Yeah, you just ran over event site. They're so hard to see sometimes.
There's beautiful bubbles in the tether.
You want to get quick eyes on it.
Okay, our local time is 15:16. Our depth is 1416 meters. We're off the coast of the northeastern United States, surveying the continental slope.
She changes heading much easier than she backs up.
Making another move here with the ship to do a little more exploration of this area.
Yeah, let's go full wide video.
Copy
That is a really nice set of bubbles. Let's see if
And we're at full wide.
Are we moving very fast?
There they are. Look at that.
No, and the ship moves.
We're just about 4 meters off the bottom right now.
Okay, I'm going to just turn around here, Tom.
Let me know if you want me to keep zooming.
No, that's good. Let's hold that. I'm going to try to see them as the lights come around.
A few red crabs there.
There they are. See them, Jeff?
Yep.
Wow. Oh, good eye.
There's a great view of some of the bubbles coming up in the Cirrus view as the pilot turns the, well now, and also the HT1 camera as well.
Makes you wonder how you flew by it the first time, doesn't it?
Exactly.
All right, can we come wide on Sirius?
Copy that. And we're at full wide.
Copy that. All right. I am almost directly over top of you, Jeff, so not a lot of time here.
Okay. don't see them right now, but I'm betting they're right there in that.
Dark patch?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
You want to take a quick zoom there, video?
Copy that.
There. Right there. Yep,
Ah.
yep, there they are.
There they are. Nice, Jeff.
Thanks.
Good eye.
Oh, steady camera, steady.
You got voice control over there? They didn't install that for me.
I got no control over that camera. It does what it wants.
Gets a bit squirrely sometimes. Right, I am directly over top of you.
Okay, we got.
Okay, we're good on the bubbles.
Full wide, please, video. And Tom, I'm making a left turn.
You are making a left turn. That is correct.
And we are full wide.
Follow.
Go ahead, Bridge.
Just follow the road.
Thank you. All right, ship moves complete. So,
copy that. I bet you that's one of our Seep sites right there. Got it in sonar. After we already found it.
I was going to say, it's behind us, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, they wouldn't show up before we got there, just after.
No.
looks like there's stuff right
Okay.
there. Oh, but you're trying to push out.
Ship side, or excuse me, I'm on the ship. Shore side, this is, hello, how's it going? This is Andrea and Brendan. Was hesitant to bring this up, but I think it's time, everybody online, we have a quick conversation. It is possible for us to stay down here until 5 p.m. And recover then. But there's a trade-off of that, is that we can't do this all of the time. So this will either give us another hour and a half to explore here, or we could put this, extra time in our pockets and wait on another day. So we're really putting it out there for you all to help us decide.
Yeah, and so some of the trade-offs to be aware of are there's only a limited number of times that we can ask the ship to extend these dives. So we'd be using up one of those times today. It's relatively early in this leg of the cruise.
So yeah, we can either stay down till 5 or today, or wait for
another day and utilize that opportunity. We still have one more target that we haven't been to. So it's a open discussion, open call for the community as to what is going to be most useful at this point in time.
So if you guys could weigh in, both in the chat room and those of you on the phone.
And just let me know if you want me to go full zoom.
Scott Francis.
How far away is the additional target that we have?
The additional target is 200 meters away, which would take us at a rate of 0.2 knots, would take us about 32 minutes to get there.
Zoom out, pilot.
And we've been typically, it's been taking us a little bit longer because we tend to zigzag and stuff, so you're probably realistically looking at 45 minutes away to get there.
Okay.
So, yeah, so that only buys you about another hour at that particular location.
So Scott Francis weighed in, and he's in favor of extending a dive where the habitat is maybe a bit more complex, or we're crossing more depth zones. Tim Shank, do you have a suggestion? Or anybody else on the line?
You got a swimmer to your right there.
Andrea, yeah,
Duke, we follow, we agree with Scott. I think if it's got more complex habitat, that would be interesting for us as well.
Oh, maybe he's up in the water column.
And Hui?
There he is.
Yeah, Andrea, we think that's a great idea to extend it.
Ooh, we have a rhino chimera. It's exciting. Okay, so I guess everybody's in agreement that we'll do recover at 3:30. Is that correct? Yeah. We'll do that unless there's any objections.
I love that swimming motion.
Yeah, that seems to be the consensus, is recover at 3:30 and save an extension for a dive later on in the cruise. Is that about everybody?
Okay.
All right, cool. Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for the consideration.
Full wide video.
Copy that.
Thank you.
Full wide.
Red crab. A great video of rhino chimera.
All right, let me double check.
So then we're going to come up in about 6 minutes. Is that the plan?
What are we at? Yeah.
Okay.
So how do you guys feel is the best use?
I'd
Get a
like
lot
to
of footage of this.
No, I'd like to continue moving along this feature. If we have the
Okay, so
tether
continue
and
due north.
Yep, and continue videotaping like this. If we see new and interesting things, we'll zoom in.
Yeah, you've got plenty of tether, Jeff. So.
Okay, I'll just push out along this this stuff.
Bridge nav.
Forth and explore.
Carolyn, are you happy with that decision and what we've seen today?
Sorry, what did you say?
Are you happy with that decision and what we've seen today?
Yeah, sure. I mean, that's fine. I think that makes sense. You know, I think there are others who are planning to come back to this area maybe in 2014 in any case. So this actually, I think, probably provided those groups with a lot of, you know, initial hints about what they might want to or not want to target. So I think that's fine.
Let's get a zoom on this.
So I hate to ask this, but do you have any idea what time you're likely to do the post call today, the post dive call?
We're scheduled for 4 o'clock, but you know, if we want to make that a little earlier, I'm fine with that. We could do 3:45 if that works better.
No, I'm just asking because I'm obviously trying to plan the next 2 hours of pickup, et cetera. So, okay, yeah. Well, just let me know. That's all. But I'll count on 4 o'clock for now. Thanks.
Yep, 4 o'clock.
And let's
We have a witch flounder in the video.
Oh, now you're really testing me.
I'll pull out.
And our depth is 1412.
Should I pull out more, or do you want
Brendan just updated the lat and long and the temperature.
Okay.
Okay, go in again.
Let's see if I can
Hey,
get my
Nav.
focus.
We gonna finish that ship move you just called in before it's time to go?
Yeah, should only take 4 or 5 minutes.
And should I zoom out, or?
Yeah, give me
And it's takes
yeah, we
45
could keep
minutes to
looking
get
around,
from
exploring.
Bottom.
Would you
to
like
50
full wide,
meters.
or go for
so
it again?
an hour is giving us
yeah, go full wide.
a couple
Start
minutes.
time again.
Yeah, a good amount
Full
of
wide.
time to
Okay.
flip around and all that.
Yeah, it sometimes it unstabilizes itself, Jeff.
There was negative feedback in the vertical loop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking up and my hand was going down. And
It's
the more
not airplane.
The more I thought up, the more closer to the bottom I got.
Oops.
I'm curious, if you pan left, did the staining mostly peter out here?
Okay.
I don't see it down that way.
I was just a little bit under where you were pointing, and
yeah, I really think it just continues off in this sort of north northeast direction.
Alrighty.
Take a look off to the right. Yep. Just keep going this way a little bit.
That'd be great. Thank you. Can you come down a little?
Sure can. All I have to do is think up. ROV goes down.
And you go down.
Great stuff.
If it makes you feel better, there was a discussion at one point about putting a toggle switch next to that vertical controller that reversed up and down. According to preference.
The hardest part is the camera and the verticals are the opposite.
They are.
So you have to think twice.
Chief Oak and Chef, please contact the bridge at your convenience.
Are we full wide video?
Tyler, please contact the bridge at your convenience. 200.
Yeah, stand full wide. Let's take a quick zoom on that shrimp.
Oh, there's something out in the distance there.
Yeah, looks like more staining.
And a fish.
Okay, let me get the shrimp here. Oh, kind of go in partial on that.
Copy that.
I think that used to be a shrimp.
That is an unshrimp. Yep, go ahead, video.
Is that a dead shrimp?
Certainly.
It's not a live shrimp, that's for sure.
That's
That
interesting.
or it's a shrimp with a massive headache.
So the camera's not tilting down at all now.
I think you've hit the limit.
Okay.
And going wide.
Thank you.
Once you get that wide shot with the drawer in, you can't go any further.
All right. Let's go over here and see what... Oh, there's another patch of staining up ahead there.
Another witch flounder and a few red crabs. This trail seems to continue in a northwest direction.
Let's get out here to this bigger patch.
Bridge, Nav. Can you advise how much more we have
I have
in
a
this
squid.
move? Just completed it. Thank you. What would you like me to call it? Yep.
Any signs of bubbles here?
I was checking all the cameras and I didn't see anything.
Okay. That hole right there looks kind of
promising.
Promising, yeah. Okay. I'll just keep going along here.
Makes sense to me.
So it's 3:30 and change. Ship's at a stop. And I'll, whenever you guys are happy and feel like getting ready to stream, and head on up.
Oh, well.
Alrighty. Well,
I can probably only do this for another 20 hours. So whenever you're ready.
20 hours.
Well, you know, that's the right direction anyway, Jeff. So you can just run out to the extent of your tether, and when you run out of things to look at.
Can we get a zoom on the patch on the right here?
The one that's just gone out of...
Yeah.
Okay. Stand by. Video, come in partway for that.
Copy that.
Wait for it. There you go. Go ahead and take that.
Emi Lobecker, please contact the Dry Lab extension
Going in full.
Okay.
Now if I can just get the focus.
Click ice again.
Okay, you can zoom out.
And let's go wide video.
Copy that. And we're at full wide.
Okay, let's go over here, see what we got. Let's take a look at that video.
Copy that.
We're at a depth of 1411 meters. Time is 15:34. Now that's good, pilot.
Nice, Jeff.
Thanks, Tom.
And shall I come wide?
Let me just play with this.
Okay.
It's got more inertia than Little Herc, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's good, pilot. Thanks. We can zoom out.
Okay, let's go wide.
Copy that. Zooming out. And you're at full wide.
All right. And I'll keep. Where's I'm going, Tom? North?
North.
Okay. Might be running out of things to look at.
Go north, young man.
Can we just come down a little closer to the seafloor while we're finishing this?
Coming down.
Alright, you're starting to pull me here, Jeff, so I'm just going to let you.
Okay.
And that'll line us up nicely, and everything will be good.
Oh, there's a lot more staining up ahead.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big ocean.
Uh-oh.
You alright?
I think I might have reached the end of my tether.
Yeah, I think you're...
Yep.
You can probably pull me for another 5 meters, but it's going to be hard to do much.
Just want to see what's around the next corner. Just around the next corner.
If you want to pan right as well, look up slope, see if there's anything.
The most awesome thing you've ever seen is waiting out there in the blackness, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, hate to be the bearer of bad news, but
time to go home.
It's about time to go home.
Put our toys away.
Tomorrow is another day.
Alrighty. Okay.
Ah, well.
All
You
right.
can't win them all.
All right.
Looks like you guys
This looks
are
like it's going to
perfectly lined
conclude
up,
our
so I'm
dive
gonna
for
start-
today on the
if you
12th of
guys wanna start
July.
coming
Local
up,
time is
I'll
15:38.
start forward weighing a little
Our
bit.
bottom depth is
All right.
1413 meters.
You ready, Jeff?
And
I'm ready.
All right.
we're going to come
Up
up
we
off
go.
the bottom. We've had a
Up.
great dive today. All
Before we do,
day today,
I tell
we've
you, I
been
usually
along the continental
use the
slope
Z
off the
bias
northeastern
knob.
U.S.
Okay.
coast.
Because that's
We
adjustable
launched
and you don't have
today
to
at
hold your
8:30
finger
a.m.
here.
and we targeted a few different sites that we mapped last night and confirmed water column anomalies or plumes in the water column. So we landed down and we came across patches of live mussels and a fairly large mussel bed.
One of the bigger ones that we've, well, the biggest mussel bed that we've seen on this leg anyways.
Yes.
So that was a good sign.
And should I be pushing out?
And
as well?
then,
Until Jeff
Go
gets
ahead,
the
Brendan.
no, go.
And then we did come across some
Usually
hydrate.
find that about
Yeah.
55
And
to
we
65
viewed active gas
sufficient
actively
keeping
coming from the seafloor,
You guys ready?
and what appears to be some possibly methane crust
Ready to go.
on the seafloor as
Bridge
well. In
nav.
terms of fauna, we saw a few different chondrichthyes. We did
Can we
see
have
a
forward
few
way on the
different
ship,
species
please?
of sharks.
At a speed of
Yeah,
3/10
cat
of a
shark,
knot.
Apresturus manus.
Thank you.
We saw a rhino chimera or chimerid. We've seen, of course, the common cut-throat eels that we're seeing in this depth range and red crabs, as well as a few rat tails, I believe.
Yes, a cat shark and an octopus.
Oh yeah, we did see an octopus as well. So all in all, a really good day. We were able to verify active methane gas coming actively out of the seafloor and verify live chemosynthetic communities here in this area. I think Carolyn Ruppel is pretty excited today, as well as several other scientists back on shore.
There was a lot of excitement back on shore, that's for sure.
Yeah.
We also overcame two different types of mechanical problems. One a coil in the umbilical cord, and one a loss of the ship's DP, and that is a testament to the engineers and the pilots and the navigators on board the ship who are responsible for the ROV and everything else that goes on.
Yeah, definitely.
So problem solving on their feet. Excellent job all the way around.
Yeah, it's been a great day. We're going to have a call at 4 o'clock.
Till
Call in, I'll
162.
put that in the chat room. We'll call in the telecom line.
Sounds good.
I'm going to bring the speed up to
Good.
30
Good?
meters.
Yeah.
All right.
I started at 20.